I know the hat makes me look like I'm from Fallen Holler, but I promise you I'm from New Jersey, and I'm a transplant down here. And I'm feeling lost in Stafford County tonight, but that's okay. Let me ask you guys a question. Has anybody besides me ever smoked herb up in the air? Has anybody ever done any illicit activity?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so, right?
No.
You know, I'm going to say something. The government, and I hate to talk about politics, but I will for a minute. You know, the bottom line is we have this war on drugs. It's a war that can't be won. What kind of war is the war on drugs? And they talk to you about this, okay? I don't know about you guys. I'm a little older. The only thing that we had back then in the day was Nancy Reagan's Just Say No program. I don't know, I must have been stoned. I thought she said just say yo. You know what I'm saying? Because I was smoking her like a broke toaster. All right? So, then they come at us with this commercial here, okay? They show you a big frying pan at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it says, this is your brain. Then they crack an egg, and it starts frying it, and this is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Yeah. Where did I leave the keys? Because I'm going to Denny's, I'm stoned, and I'm hungry over here, okay? What kind of stuff is that? I don't know. It perplexes me. It's beyond me. I got busted one time, right? They caught me with some weed, you know, what can I say? I had a little bit of pot on me. So what? I go to court. Me and another guy are there in court. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The judge says, hey, fellas, we're going to put the court in recess until Monday. But I'm going to tell you what. I want you guys to go out. Since you both have drug cases, I want you to see how many people you can save off of drugs, right? We'll come back on Monday, we'll talk about it. I said, okay, beautiful. The other guy, lovely. We leave for the weekend. We come back on Monday, right? The judge says to the other guy, Mr. Smith, how many people did you save off of drugs? He says, Your Honor, I saved 10. The judge says, 10? How did you do that? He says it was easy. I took a big piece of paper, I drew a small circle on this side and a big circle on this side. I pointed to the big circle and I said, this is your brain, and I pointed to the small circle and I said, this is your brain on drugs. I saved 10 people. The judge says, that's fantastic, you're free to go. He asks me, Mr. Fleet, how many people did you save? I saved 100. He said, how did you save 100? I said, I took Smith's sign and I pointed to the small circle and I said, this is your asshole before prison and this is your asshole after prison, okay? The judge let me go. It wasn't too bad. You know, quick and painless, a little bit of probation, you know. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm Italian, okay? You know, poor from the waist down, but that's all right. I'm from Jersey, all right? You'll have to excuse me. I've had a little bit of beverages tonight, but I want to tell you something. In an Italian wedding, like me and my cousin were talking about the other day, our cousin got married, right?
Oh, God.
In an Italian wedding, they consummate the wedding, which is they spend the first night of the honeymoon at the bride's parents' house. Now, my cousin, she got married. She stayed with her husband at my aunt and uncle's house. They go over there, my aunt's stirring a pot of spaghetti sauce in the kitchen. She's 250 pounds, right? The tag on the inside of her shirt says one size fits y'all. But she's a perfect Italian aunt. She wants you to come over and eat. So she's stirring the sauce over here. My cousin says to her aunt, her mother, she says, look, I just got married. She says, honey, go up and do your business in your bedroom. So she goes up there, and her husband's standing there. They're both virgins. He takes off his shirt. She sees how hairy his chest is. She comes running in the kitchen. She says, Mama, Mama, he's got such a hairy chest. She says, that's all right, honey. Hair's a sign of masculinity. So she goes back upstairs. He takes off his boxer shorts. She comes running down the stairs. She says, Mama, Mama, he's got such a hairy ass. She said, that's all right, honey. Go upstairs and do it. So he's standing there in his socks. He pulls his socks off. He forgot to tell her in a freak car accident he got half his left foot chopped off, right? She comes running downstairs. She says, Mama, Mama, he's got a foot and a half. She says, a foot and a half? You stir the sauce, I'll be right back. Yeah, thank you very much. Is this thing on? Okay, thank you. Right. Speaking of Italians, some weird people, okay? Very weird. My sister, 38 years old, moves back in with my parents, right? Her and her old man got divorced. I don't know what's going on. Might have been drugs, I don't know. Maybe he went to Denny's one too many times at 1 o'clock in the morning. Who knows? Anyway, 38 years old, she's living with my parents, right? My mom comes home, she's telling me this story. She says, I came home, Sonny. I hear this buzzing noise, right? All of a sudden, your sister comes down 15 minutes later looking real happy. I said, what was the buzzing noise? She says, Mom, I'm 38 years old. I just got divorced. I got no boyfriend. That was my vibrator. Get over it. So my mom got over it, right? The next day, my dad comes home. He hears the buzzing noise. A few minutes later, my sister comes down, right? Dad says, what was the buzzing noise? He says, my sister says, I'll tell you what, Dad, I'm living with you and Mom. I'm 38 years old. It was my vibrator, okay? He says, all right, I'm over it. The next day, my mother comes home. She walks in the door, right? She hears a buzzing noise coming from the living room. She walks in the living room. My dad's sitting there with a beer in his hand watching the Redskins, right? There's a vibrator buzzing on the coffee table. My mother says, what the hell is going on? My dad looked at her and says, hey, I'm having a beer and watching a football game with my son-in-law. Give me a break. Tell you, it's unbelievable the trip you go through with an Italian family. You know, I love my people. And I love to see what I do, okay? So much. I love making people laugh, okay? That's what I do, all right? That's what my thing is in life. So I'm going to tell you one last one before I get out of here, right? I met a friend of mine, right? We were walking down the street in Triangle, wherever the frick Triangle is, right? Right up the road here, right? Triangle, what the fuck is that? Is that a freaking sign for geometry? No, it's where I live, okay? The hat says it all, people, okay? Hey, man, shit, I live in Triangle. God damn. That's really nice, right? But anyway, we're walking down the street to downtown Triangle, Virginia.
That's right.
All these people come up, they're like, hey, Kenny, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. All right. My friend's like, God damn, you know a lot of people. I said, no, I know everybody, okay? Trust me. He says, I don't believe it. I said, let's get in the car. We got in the car, we drove up to D.C., right? We knock on the White House door. Barack opens the door. He's like, Kenny, how you doing? Come on in, you and your friend, let's have a drink. So we go in, I'm talking to President Obama. We're kicking the bullshit, right? I said, Barack, I gotta go, Chief. We leave. My friend's like, that's kind of impressive, but not really, you know. I says, all right, let's get on a plane. We go to National Airport. We fly over to England. We stop at Buckingham Palace. The Queen opens the door. She's like, Fleet, how you doing? Good to see you. Come on in to tea. We come in. I'm bullshitting with the Queen, right? My friend's mouth is hanging open. I says, Queen, we gotta go. So we leave. My friend's like, man, that's kind of impressive, but not really. I says, all right, let me give you the deal here. We get on a plane, we fly to my hometown country of Italy. We fly to Rome. We go to the Vatican, okay? My friend says, man, you don't know the Pope. I said, Chief, let me tell you something.